Welcome into the Film Guy Network. It's football season, which means I've got a film study for you. What's up? You really like that? Let's shut up and grind some tape. What is up, my people? It is Monday during the Georgia football season, which means I've got a film study coming for you. Don't have a lot of big overview here to start the show, but I do want to say this, okay? If you are someone who has found us recently, okay, over the last couple of weeks, okay, whether it be due to our interview with TJ or however you found the show, first of all, thank you. Okay, go ahead and just stick around. Tell all your friends you found this new great place that talks football in a new way. We appreciate you. I also want to say this. We're going to talk a lot of Georgia football right here, all right? So it's a film breakdown on Georgia football, but if you're not a Georgia fan, there is a tremendous amount of football education and information that you are about to get, so please stick around. I don't have a tremendous amount of overview, like I just said, but this offense is doing stuff efficiently, okay, and playing on time every time, and it's something that we knew was going to happen coming into the season, and it's showing up on tape. Thought SVP played tremendously. Carson Beck played great as well. There are some throws in here, man. You're starting to see it. You're starting to see the national audience and the national analysts and the draft analysts and all these people start to talk about what we've been talking about on this network for quite some time. Dude's a processor, and he is ripping the football. We're going to talk a little offense, a little defense here on the channel today. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, rate, and review him. I ain't got no more to tell you, okay? All I got to do is tell you this right here. We got a saying right here. Let's shut up and let's grind that tape. It is the second time that I've tried to do this, okay? We recorded a little bit earlier. Come to find out, your boy's microphone's turned off the whole damn time. So here we go. Let's get hot. All right, seeing a lot of this cheat motion. Cheat motion, okay, to a square in right here from UG Wilson. This is a tremendous way nowadays, okay, to kind of get this guy moving into his route almost like a CFL. We've been seeing it all over football, right? But what a lot of teams are doing is they're running, and then having this guy wheel up, and it's causing these DBs that are rolling over in man coverage to have to get out there and then be like, oh shit, that guy's really moving fast. I better go ahead and flip my hips, turn to the sideline, and get to running because he's pressing me vertically. Watch what happens, okay, to Javon Bullard up here at the top of your screen. Boom, there you see him trying to speed turn right now, right? He's trying to get up out of there. By the way, shout out to the Athletic Collection. Now that I saw that, you can get all these dope posters over the Athletic Collection. Links in the bio. Shout out to Prize Picks, promo code Brooks. Let's get it on out the way. Anyways, there you see him. You see him speed turn, right? Getting out of there. But in reality, all we're getting hit with is a little square in, a little slant right here from Eugene Wilson. So that speed from three, or as they call him, Trey, that speed from Trey really pressed and stressed 22 up there at the top of the screen. How can we make it, how can we play this a little bit better? Let's watch the replay here, and I'll give you my thoughts, all right? When we see this jet motion, watch 22. All right, first of all, when we get to this point right here, we have got to remain with our butt and our body alignment to the sideline, okay? Because he's eventually wheeling this way, right? So we want to kind of, I don't know. I want to say we got to play on top of him, but this is what defensive coordinators have to deal with all over the sport. And this is what's crazy because this isn't a sport that gets like revamped every once in a while. We don't see new stuff come to the sport, but every once like 15 years or so. So I see it every week now, and I don't know how you avoid this corner getting put into this conflict. Tell him to play calmer? I don't know. Coach, we're going to have to find out on that one. All right, we're going to have to find out on that one. This is why sometimes I think it's funny to listen to defensive coaches talk about how hard it is to play defense nowadays and how hard it is to not give up points and not completely agree with them. All right, 3rd and 9 right here. Thought this was a tremendous play design. All right, they showed this a couple weeks back. If you watched our What to Expect episode, we showed you this play, okay, in a very different look. They showed this jet motion or this tear motion from Johnson, the running back, and he ultimately became a lead blocker for this toss crack type deal for Eugene Wilson out in the flat. Now, this time, they showed this jet motion, this tear motion, had everyone thinking shoulders, eyes, and everything to the field, right? And then they slipped Eugene Wilson back here on a little screen. All right, now, here's what you can say. I heard a lot of this on social media and in our Discord chat as well. Shouts out to Patreon patreon.com/Brooks Austin. Saw a lot of this in the chat. Hey, Florida had such a good job or had such success running scripted plays. Why don't they run more of them? Tremendous question. Why don't they just script more drives? Well, in reality, all it takes to get us thrown off of a drive, okay, or off of our script is one negative play. Here's the reality about this play, to be honest with you. It's 3rd and 9. I would imagine this was their very first, hey, when we're in 3rd and long, this is what we want to do. I would imagine the whole drive wasn't scripted because you don't script a 3rd and 9 or 5 plays into your drive. No one sits there and says, yeah, we want to be in 3rd and 9. You know what I mean? So this isn't scripted. What this is their first beater, right? This is their first, okay, get out of jail right now, free card. Well, you only have so many of those as a coordinator. Eventually, you'll burn up on them. So when you get them, you'd best hit them, okay? Because eventually the defense is going to make adjustments. Been listening to Georgia's defensive players ask the same or answer the same question week over week now. Hey, why are y'all giving up first quarter drives, and what's the key to stopping them as the game progresses? Yada, 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 right? How are y'all making adjustments? And the reality of the situation is every single one of these football teams kind of attacks them differently. So the first drive is about collecting as much information as you can. First several drives. Hey, how are they trying to attack us? Once you figure that out as a defensive staff, then you can figure out, hey, here's how we're going to stop what they're doing today offensively. All right, got a bunch of man coverage indicators here, right? You saw Javon Bullard as that motion happened. Bullard dropped back. Malachi Starks jumped down, okay? Got shoulders square. Eventually his eyes will be on Pearsall down here. We got shoulders square. His eyes are on Eugene Wilson up there. We got Tyke Smith down here with direct over-the-top leverage of our tight end if we're Florida here. So as a Florida offense, we're thinking man coverage. Cover one, man coverage. Now, see a lot of times on social media, people will watch this slant being given up, and they'll be like, well, why didn't you get your hands on? Well, why are you giving up that much space? Why do we have that much ground given? Don't get me wrong. There's a lot that 6 can fix here. Well, there is some things that 6 can fix here. But here's the reality of the situation. Here's why it's important to know what's actually happening on the field, okay? Not just watching it and going, oh, 6 sucks. Okay, going back and seeing what's happening, paying attention. Look, as this safety rolls to the middle of the field, guys, we're over here in man coverage by ourselves. We have no help over the top. So what does that mean? That means as a corner, as we get pressed, as they come off the line of scrimmage, we are going to be playing with outside leverage. Outside leverage. We are going to be playing on outside of this wide receiver. Why? Because all of our help is inside. We have no help over here at all. So if we jump inside, if we play inside leverage, well, guess what we're now giving up? Well, now we're giving up a 40-yard, go ball down the sideline because we played with improper leverage. All right, so we got to play with outside leverage here. Everything in terms of help is to the middle of the field. Now, let's talk about what happens after the catch because I just explained why the reception happened. After the catch, you got to give credit again where credit is due. 8 became a football player. I see so many times guys will not get the ball here and they'll just stop. They'll buy a ticket. They'll watch their teammate go make 6. All right, that ain't what's happening right here. 8 blocks 3 essentially. Okay, he takes Tyke, bumps him into Malachi or Javon Bullard, and Dalen Everett ain't getting through the trash ever right there, right? It's just too much going on. So, hey, yeah, play with outside leverage. Probably could have played it a little better. Julian Humphrey plays a very similar route, a little bit better later in the football game, creates a 4th and inches that you ultimately get the ball back on, right? So, yeah, we could do a little bit better, but understand where he's at, why he's there, right? He's playing outside leverage for a reason. Let's not give too much crap to a young corner, okay? Let's go to 109. Our next clip, I believe. Oh, no, here's the replay of it, okay? So you get a good look at the replay while I take a swig. Oh, I dropped my head in the middle of the screen. Let's go on over to the offensive side of football. Guys, I love it. I love it. I love watching offenses evolve. Daggum, 5 years into the process, 3 years into the process, however long y'all are into this, whatever Georgia offense is. Okay, what have y'all been doing for years? Y'all been running rollouts, okay, all these little, hey, sprint actions, right? Y'all been a sprint action football team, okay? Whether it be out of a heavy boot, whether it be out of a heavy roll, okay? Y'all do some standard play action drop, but normally y'all are a sprint action football team if y'all want to get out here. If y'all want to throw these little comebacks, whatever, y'all gonna roll the cue. Now, here's what teams started doing. Teams started firing, okay? Defensive ends started playing real heavy upfield in passing situations, all right? So how do we counteract that? Well, here's the deal, okay? Here's an idea. Here's a nifty little idea. Why don't we manipulate the pocket? Why don't we have our quarterback, okay, take one little hezzy, right? One little hezzy right there in the middle of the pocket and then begin his sprint. Because you know what might happen? That frontside defensive end might go, ooh, pass. And he might run straight down in the line like his son gun did right there, okay? And then guess what happens? Now we've already got the edge. Y'all see that? Okay? Boom, boom, boom. Now we go, right? It's almost like this super drop that Caleb Williams and USC run. Okay? Caleb Williams and USC run it and keep it inside the tackle. They'll run it, they'll pop him, and then they'll just kind of run him back here because they can't protect to save their lives. All right, so they got to take kind of like a, ooh, here's the pocket. No. Here's the pocket. The pocket's all the way over here, right? That's what they kind of got to do. Here's the deal. We can't sprint all the time without showing tendencies. Every time we tend to put the back on the right, okay, trips to the field, all right, tight end over here, nothing over here. Now, teams kind of know we be a sprint team. So how are we going to get the sprint without showing the sprint look that gets us a blitzer from the field? This is a way. Again, I love seeing year 3 manipulation. I want to see you constantly evolve. Sprint outs been in the game of football for years, decades. All right? Adding a little bit of spice into that drop. I love to see that from Bobo and company. Now this next clip, it's very important to do what we do here on this channel, but I think it's very vital to watch the All 22 for this purposes. So if you're not joining us on patreon.com/Brooks Austin, you need to, because Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, 2 or 3 times a week, we're over there watching all 22 copies and really diving in to the nuts and bolts, not just the surface stuff right here. Because when I watch it right here, all right, I know that 4 is ultimately responsible for Shamar James on this kind of, tear screen right here to the back, this little bubble to the field right here for the back. So I know that 4 is responsible for him, and when I watch it right here, okay, I kind of watch it and I say, bad angle. Bad angle. Why are we attacking? Why aren't we attacking the upfield shoulder for? Why aren't we attacking the upfield shoulder for? You see him running across his face right there? That's what causes Dejon Edwards to kind of bounce this play back in. And then I watch this all 22. Shouts out to my boy Gary and the CBS broadcast. Because my boy Gary and the CBS broadcast, I ain't never seen a TV company give me so many daggum all 22 cuts. Y'all, hey, look, hold. I mean, daggum, Gary. Y'all out there working. All right, because check this out right here. Watch 4. I thought 4's responsibility was to just track that upfield shoulder right from 6. That's what it looked like on the TV copy. Now we see this little all 22 cut right here, and watch what his actual responsibilities are. He's got to run through the upfield shoulder of the defensive end. Check that out. He is blocking down, delivering that defensive end to Truss first, and now he's got to work out. So his responsibilities and the play from 6 are what ultimately caused this quote-unquote miss from number 4. Do we all see that? Right? Y'all see that right there? I know y'all can. Look at that. Look at number 4, step down. Okay? Step down and then get beat over the top. I'm not excusing why he got beat over the top. I'm explaining why he got beat over the top. There's a difference, ladies and gentlemen. Also, I know we got some new folks watching. This is not my mom's basement, just letting you know. All right, hey, this is a 3-B-ter. A 3-B-ter. As they rolled Dominic Lovett over, the safeties rolled. All right, you trying to show it. All right, you trying to look like you're playing man, but your eyes are lying. All right, you're trying to show like you're playing man coverage, but your eyes are lying too. You are in cover 3. I know it. They know it. Carson knows it. Everybody knows it. So if everybody knows you're in cover 3, well, what are we going to do to cover 3? We're going to throw a beater. We're going to throw a beater right into that cover 3, and there's no way you can cover them all because this hook defender cannot be right. All right, this hook defender is going to ultimately have to play up on that arrow, or he's either going to have to turn and run with the secondary out and up from the tight end. Either way, probably going to be wrong. is wrong, all right? Had his eyes in the backfield too, all right? So there you go. Cover 3 teams get shredded by Georgia. They do. And I've said it over and over again. I said it last week when we watched the film of them playing South Carolina. I said, ooh, cover 3. Watch out, explosive passing games. And you're going to see it. That ball right there, that was a missed throw in a cover 3 explosive shot. All right, now, here we go. I've been talking about this dude being a processor over and over and over and over and over again. And I think some people look at that and like I had somebody ask me if that's similar to a game manager. So I think somehow this word processor has somehow gotten to a negative, and maybe y'all don't think this dude's as traitsy as he actually is. Because Carson is a Sunday thrower of the football, and this is an example right here. Processing only gets you so far. It's 1st and 10. Oh, sorry. It's 1st and 10. They've got 2 deep safeties, all right? Now, I see a bunch of 2-man indicators, okay? I see shoulder square, eyes on. I see shoulder square, eyes on. I see shoulder square, okay, and outside leverage, okay, of the number 2 wide receiver. I see shoulder square and eyes on the tight end. I see a bunch of 2-man indicators, all right? So if that is indeed what it is, and it is indeed what it is, these 2 safeties are going to kind of take away this portion of the field. In reality, the only answer is this speed out, or not the speed out, this deep out from Ladd McConkey here. But guys, listen to me. This ball is on the right hash. This ball is on the right hash. This is not a Pop Warner League throw. This is, in honesty, 9 times out of 10, this is not in the concept, okay? Because a lot of guys can't make this throw that you're about to see with good timing, good pace, and good anticipation. This is 100% a Sunday throw from 15. Watch him rip it. Toof. Doink. Right on it. Right on the numbers. Okay, again, from that 30, far hash, okay, on a rope, on a line, down to the 5. It's about a 30, 36-yard throw in terms of true air yards. Right hash to outside the numbers. That's a seed, folks. That ball is absolutely ripped. Okay? So, yeah, don't get it twisted. Dude's got mad traits. Dude's got mad traits. Let me refresh this right quick. We're at 214. I don't want that thing hanging out over the top the whole time. Okay, so here we go. 214. Boom. All right, there's that ball. There's the replay of Delp's catch that we don't necessarily need. Let's go on to our next clip right here. What do we got? Oh, it's a tremendous run game stunt here from Florida, okay? And you're going to see, this is why I put this on here, because I like to see that coordinators are watching what the defense is doing to me and adjusting thusly, okay? Watch 20 or watch 1 dips inside, 7 works back out, 6 works back out as well, and they bring the cat from the corner. All right, so I see all this stuff, and I see all of this causing all these issues right here. All right, and they're going to make a TFL or a tackle at the line of scrimmage right here on 1st and goal. All right, and the next time you guys get into a rundown situation inside the goal line, you go to truck sweep. And you might be sitting there going, why are we running truck sweep? Well, you're running truck sweep because on the first time you got into a rushing situation on the red zone, they threw a pretty hellacious run game stunt at you, and you didn't quite figure it out. Also, you're going to notice here in a little while, they figure it out. They start sending Cedric front side and keeping him front side. All right, it's a minor adjustment, but it's a major adjustment in terms of how they end up blocking moving forward. Now, this is a kudos to these Florida players. All right, a kudos to these Florida players. That right there, what's the call, coach? That's what that is right there. All right, we can't have this. As a coaching staff, can't have it, especially for this reason right here. Daggum 12 seconds left on the game clock. They ain't playing fast. So unless they mush huddled you, rush huddled you, whatever, we got to be getting the calls in from the sideline no matter what, particularly in critical situations. Great job from Florida. All right, Florida's players, rather, just responding and covering up. They do a really good job of covering up right here on 3rd and goal. And Carson's just forced to throw it away. I'm okay with the throwaway here. When we get a look at the replay, you'll notice there's nobody really open. All right, 84 opens eventually, but by then he's already rushed past his, his read. Look, come on, man. Hold on. Let me show it to you. Watch on the replay right here. I'm going to stop it when he basically has to throw the football because our guy Princely, Umar Milan down there, is giving a hellified speed rush. So he's got to let the ball rip right now, essentially, or he's got to make his decision. And we got these 2 deep overs coming. glad eventually opens up, but we can sit here and play a wish it coulda would all the time. That's not the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation is he had to get rid of that football. Where are we at? Oh my God, what a veteran drop. What a veteran drop right here from Tyke Smith. All right, the jet motion shows me that they are rolling into cover 3, okay? Y'all see that? Y'all are about to see that. All right, let's stop it at that, okay? Boom, there's the cover 3 shell. Everybody see it? Middle field, deep third, cover 3. Now, that means this guy probably responsible for some type of hook curl, all right, over here. All three of these guys kind of got to take care of this area right here. Now, what I love from this is 23. Let's roll it back just a little bit, and I want to show you everything that's going on right here in 23's mind. All right, so first of all, he sees the motion coming his way. Now, as the ball snaps, first thing he's going to do, he's going to look to his left, all right, and make sure, hey, as I run out to this flat, let me make sure I'm not getting picked right quick. Let me make sure I don't have to avoid anything, all right? Because now, as Pearsall comes into my direction, guess what? We're now man-to-man, all right? The rest of the play, I'm just going to stay out here because there's nobody else left, right? There's nobody else left, so I'm just going to turn my eyes and run right now and go make this play for a +2. What should be and what normally is a sprint action, okay, designed to get this arrow nice and loose immediately. I mean, how many times, guys? It's the same arrow type of deal that Georgia runs. How many times have Georgia fans watched their quarterback come out the line of scrimmage and just go, ooh, that arrow's right there? Even when it's freaking Brock Bowers, you're like, how did he get that open? Because defenses are stuck with their eyes in the backfield, and they're not taught and disciplined enough to keep their eyes right. Ooh, something just crossed my face, right? Something just crossed my face. That's all 23's seeing right now. He's just being instinctual. He's being instinctual. Now, here's what, again, it's very, very important to do what we do here. Not saying this is the end-all, be-all. We miss sometimes, right? We do. Like we told you last week with Princely. Sometimes we miss, all right? But here's what I know. Here's what I know. I know that when we take this to social media sometimes this clip can look like this is this guy's fault. Okay, watch as this play develops, and you might run to Twitter and you'll be like, dang, 23 is a problem. He gave up an edge. Whatever your thought process is on this play, all you see, maybe when you look up at the TV, is, 23 getting beat outside, can't run the guy down. Well, here's the reality. Again, reality of the situation. Thank you, CBS, for giving me the actual look. Gary circles the guard. The guard does a great job, but I'm going to circle number 10 because number 10, in my opinion, is the issue. All right, number 10 picks a side. We're not allowed to pick sides. We talk about it on this network all the time. Do not pick sides because watch what happens, okay? 10 immediately jumps with his head inside over here, all right, gets sealed, and now we got Tyke Smith stuck out there in what is essentially a two-way go. As Etienne presses the gap right here, he's got either B gap or bounce, okay? B gap or bounce, and he's got to make Tyke make that decision. And so what he does is he immediately presses the hole, sticks his foot, and bounces. This is a great job here from 7 as well, just doing a great job as a back. All right, watch. Boom, he's going to show face into the hole and then bounce out. There's no way for 23 to be right there other than to, hey, you have to immediately close the vertical gap first, and then we'll pursue banana peel out, right? We'll pursue banana peel out. What do I mean? Okay, well, we have to take this away. That's the quickest way to a score. We have to take the vertical one out, and we can take the banana peel out, right? We can pursue this one out for a +6. If we give that up, we're in trouble. That's a +60 potentially, okay? Next clip, what we got? More motion, more motion. Run game stunt. Run game stunt. Watch these two in here, okay? We're going to get a really good look at it from the replay. But when I see defensive tackles at Georgia turning their shoulders and fighting across face of the offensive lineman that they're responsible for in a two-gap scheme, typically a two-gap scheme, normally I'm expecting the other defensive tackle to bump over. Here's what I mean. Watch Nazir Stackhouse right here. Stack's going to completely wash this whole side down. Now, normally when this happens, okay? It's designed to take the center and the guard and just kind of wash them this way, all right, and make the back think there's an illusion that we have the bounce, all right? But we're ultimately going to bump and cross the D tackle. But again, I'm not saying with 100% certainty this is a bust. I'm just telling you, in the years I've watched 78, he doesn't do that unless there's a reason for him to do that. And you can see very clearly what the reasoning would be. I'm going to pause it at the point where the defensive tackle is supposed to show. All right, boom, there it is. Right about now, this bump from Nazir is coming. He's hitting the guy that's blocking Warren. Warren's supposed to be bumping, stacking, and shedding and popping over into this hole that has now magically appeared, but it's been appeared because we want it to be there. Everybody understand that? It's appeared because we want it to be there. So there you go. Man, I never understand this. I never understand why teams think that you can just run trick plays against Georgia. Look at Seven. Look at Seven. Seven is a redshirt freshman. You think he is entertained at all by this idea that you're running a jet sweep the other way? No. You know why? Here's why I got to thinking about this today. Georgia recruits football players at a higher rate than anybody in the country not named Alabama and Ohio State. Fact. Fact. You know what is the primary requirement for all of those great, particularly defensive players, to get on the field? Know what the hell you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, they will never play you. If you bust assignments in practice, they will never play you. If you aren't lined up accurately every single time, they will never play you. In fact, they will favor the lesser every single time because they know he's going to be in the right spot. You don't believe me? Look at what they're doing at corner right now. Dalen Everett is not nearly as he is nearly as gifted. He is not as gifted as Julian Humphrey. He's not. But he's more clean every single time. He does what he's supposed to every single time. It is a place that has prioritized recruiting talent and then forcing that talent to play disciplined. That's why they don't give up shit like this. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. It makes me question why you would throw it in the game plan. And not only this, why you would throw it in the game plan on 4th and inches later in the game to run another trick play. It makes no sense to me. Makes no sense to me. Hellified speed rush, 11. Hellified speed rush, 11. Yes, yes, yes. Okay? There is no way to defend that. There is no way to defend that. Okay? And I also love that he showed false hands. Watch the replay of this as I check our timestamps here. Watch the replay of this. Watch the false hands that one gives him. Here's what actually happened. I saw some Florida folks talking about how lazy this 76 is on Twitter. He's not lazy, guys. He's got beat. Can we not just say that guys get beat by better players? Watch this from 11, okay? Watch him show the right hand, okay? Boom. He's going to show the hand right here. Boom. The right tackle thinks he's about to get a bull rush, okay? He's got high hats. Can't get a hand on because we flashed one and then dipped up underneath. What's he going to do? Punch him in the back? He tries. He can't get hands on. Dude just beat him. Beat him with a speed rush. And they continued. After this, they started hunting every single guy they knew could win an edge. All right, whether it be TID, a defensive end, whether it be Damon Wilson a little bit later, they started to throw their guys out on the field that they knew could whip some ass on some speed rush. Great job, 11. Let's find the ball next time, Bubba. Now, here's the deal. We cannot. Is this the play? Oh no, this is Oscar Delp. Okay, hold on. we're gonna get at you folks on Twitter here in a little bit. I think the phase here is a little bit jacked up. All right, what do I mean by that? I think these two guys are way too close, especially once they get to the point where the ball is actually to them. Okay, watch this. Watch once the ball gets there. Okay, now we're way out here. Here's my coaching point. I think we've got to attack. We've got to gain ground and get closer to or at or near the line of scrimmage. We can't be catching this guy at the 2-yard mark, okay, because we're pushing our butt into the reception point of our running back. Our running back wants to be working upfield when he catches this ball. We're teaching our quarterbacks to throw it out in front. Okay, make this a runner. Make this a runnable ball. If we're catching that guy, Oscar, if we're not attacking the line of scrimmage, all right, we're going to fuck up that mesh, which is exactly what we did. Dang it. We can't monetize it anyways. I'm out here using the TV copies and stuff. All right, this man is built different. This man is different. This man is different. 77, normally wears 63. This man is different. I can't tell you how many times I almost received a concussion, okay, when this happens. They're running another run game stunt. This defensive end at 6'5", 270 pounds, for once, is going to have a leg up on the defense, on the offensive lineman. He's going to surprise the offensive lineman, or at least he thinks he is, on this run game stunt. Georgia is working inside zone this way, so everybody's taking their steps on a 45. They're going to get on a 45-degree angle, and they're all working up. Take your steps, and we're all working this way. Okay, as they stunt, slant, whatever, game stunt, whatever, we stay on our track. We remain on our track. We hit what comes on our track. This is a great job here from Cedric Van Pran. Watch him remain disciplined. Defensive tackle goes away, linebacker goes away, bam, there's that defensive end. Just smack the ever-loving piss out of him. Now, here's what happens for a lot of young players. A lot of young players, they'll get on that track, they'll take that first 2 steps like said right there, and they'll start working up towards linebackers, okay, because they're not remaining patient. They're taking their eyes where their eyes aren't supposed to be. He stays where he's supposed to be, gets latched on with this defensive end, okay, takes him out of the picture. Dylan Bell cuts off of him, and boom, now you got a 6-7 yard gain, okay? Now you got a 6 or 7 yard gain. All because your center remained disciplined, stayed play side. 3rd and 4 here. All right, this is what I mean when I said I think they played one of their more complete games. Florida tried, man. They tried right here, 3rd and 4. All right, 3rd and 4 in our film study, what we learned about Florida is they're a cover 1 bluff team. All right, they're a man bluff team. What does that mean? All right, on 3rd and 4, 3rd and long, critical situations, they can either show man and bail into a zone or show man and play man. That's all. That's it. So if that's all it's going to be, well, let's give a mesh concept, okay, that can kind of beat both. All right, this mesh concept, if this guy gets over here and he notices zone concepts, he can sit in the window. All right, it's an option. All right, against man, we're going to continue to run through and we're going to force this guy who's playing off coverage leverage right here, or off leverage, all right, off man coverage, dear God, off man coverage to fight through all this trash over here and catch this, or make this tackle. Now, here's what sells it, okay? Here's what sells it. Watch this blitz pick up from 73 and 2, and you tell me this ain't some of the biggest, like, I trust my teammate shit you'll ever see today on this film study. 73 is going to have a linebacker cross his face. Okay, he's going to run right by his face. All right, but that linebacker wasn't the one we ID'd. That's not the one we said we were responsible for. So as he tries to cross my face, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let him. I'm going to let him run past my face because something else is coming for me, which is the second linebacker, the one that we actually ID'd. Everybody see that? Great job, 2. Great job, 2. Great job, 73. Great job, everybody, on a critical 3rd down, getting it picked up, allowing them to complete that ball. All right, you see how much trash Kimber had to fight through. That's the guy who they're beating. They're just going to run everybody through this garbage right here and make that guy run across the formation. There's a replay of it. You can see how far he's got to go. You can see how far he's got to go. There's no way he's ever getting through that. Great job by Carson identifying who's under and who's over, right? Which one of those defenders is going to transfer under, which one's going to have to fight over. We want to attack the guy who's having to fight over, right? Now, here's what I was saying earlier. We cannot, or trying to say earlier before I realized it wasn't this clip, we cannot sit here and say, man, I really wish the quarterback would take more risks or play with more, take more shots, or, oh, look at that guy. He was running wide open. Why did we check down? You can't sit there and do that, all right, and then turn around and appreciate why you're always in 3rd and 2, right? Why you're always in situations where you can actually take shots and actually still play on time. Now, Dominic Lovett is ultimately going to come open on this crosser concept over here. I forget what they're running, everything that they're running here, but it's not the point. They're actually running truck, FIB, into the boundary, I believe, again. But anyways, as this guy comes open, we can't sit there on the TV copy and go, ooh, missed one. No, because watch. He's getting rid of the football on 1st and 10 to avoid sacks, all right? The right tackle, he feels that pressure, okay? Right tackle's going to end up finishing this block, but all he feels is the bodies around him, right? So he ends up checking the ball down. Now, that's not to say that the next time they play a football team that plays a very similar defense, right? That's not to say that they don't put this literally in the playbook, right? Have a 7-man protection, all right, and take this deep shot on this scissors crosser. Man, this I know is a really, really, obviously the score let me know is a really well played game. But when I come on here and I go, man, this right here, man, this is some good football playing right here. This is some good football playing right here. 15. Also, another 3-beater. We're going to wait for the replay, and I'm going to talk through all of this because this is fabulous, fabulous football from top to ever-loving bottom from everybody involved. Take a look at this. Let's get the replay from CBS because you know they're giving it to us. My boy Gary, that boy Gary out here working. That boy Gary. Anyways, here we go. Got cover 3. I told you, they be beating the hell out them threes. They be beating the hell out them threes. So here we go. We're going to motion this guy in. They're going to have to rotate the safeties. Going to let everybody know that we got cover 3. Now, they're going to take Ladd McConkey and they're going to run him on kind of like a dig while also taking Ra Thomas and running him on a post. I know I got a whole bunch of stuff going on here. So they're going to run Ra Thomas on the post and they're going to run him on the dig. The only way this works is if it ends up being him. This safety, who's number 14, it's the freshman, which makes this all the better, right? Actually, that's 14. Anyways, they make this safety, they force him into conflict by running 2 guys into his zone. It has no chance to be right. Watch 18 back there. Actually, that's Bryce Thornton. It's another freshman, all right? So Bryce Thornton stays over the top with the post he's getting from Ra, all right, and Ladd's right there. Again, it's a 3-beater. There's no way for this defense to be right at all. Now, let's talk about the route. Let's talk about the ball. Let's talk about everything. Let's talk about the route first of all. Okay, watch Ladd lean back in. Watch Ladd lean back in right here. Okay, watch him. Here he goes. Now he's going to press vertical. Boom, and then snap that guy off. All right, that's what created that space right there. When he leaned back and pressed back vertical up the seam, 3 thought he was getting a go ball. All right, now it's something we snap that guy off and we break that dig inside, and now it's something we got 8, 7, 6, 5 yards of separation on a route that we probably weren't originally going to get that if we didn't stem it properly. All right, now let's talk about the ball. I've been talking about communicated ball placement for a while on this network. Can't remember who I heard say it first. It was a term I stole from somebody. But anyways, this is the definition of it. And this is a communicative ball placement from 25 yards out. This ain't no damn slant. This ain't no damn comeback. This ain't no hitch. No. This is a dig at 20, 25 yards of air yards. All right, and he's going to put it on his left hip because everybody is running this way. We all see this, right? All the defenders, all of them are running this way. You know who can see that? The quarterback. So the quarterback's going to slow him down and, quote-unquote, put it on him. That's what Ladd talked about. He said he put it on him. He stopped me after the game. We call them stoppers, communicated ball placement, whatever you want. But it ultimately tells the receiver, hey, reverse field. Go back the other way. Watch this. Yank. Right back upfield. Elite, 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 elite. Stupid. Makes no sense. Don't get it. Do not get it for the life of me. It is 4th and inches. Look, guys, if you are super aggressive tendency guy, okay, coaches listening to me, if you are super aggressive tendency guy, then be super aggressive in trusting your players, not your tricks. Okay, you understand? Because this super aggressive nature, I understand why y'all want to do it. Y'all want to provide a sense of confidence in your football team. Correct. All right? Well, if they're confident, let the players win. Don't rely on your concepts. Because what you're doing right here on 4th and a daggum half-inch doesn't make any sense on your own 35. Will you please just run quarterback sneak, all right, and pick up a first down instead of trying to pick up an explosive on a 4th and 2, 4th and inches. Here's what I'm talking about with the scripting of the game plan again. This is another one of those situations where I guarantee you it's in red print. 4th and short. Okay, go for call. Go for call. It's in red print. They knew they were going to run this on Monday, which is fine, coach. It's fine. If the ball's on the other 35, and we're going to take what is essentially a risk and a shot play in hopes of a touchdown, all right, because this is a pass. It's a pass, all right? If we're going to take a shot play like this, can we do it on our side of the field, please? Can't just, here it is, 4th and short. We said we're going to do this. No, read the room, fellas. Read the room. It's 10-7. You scored on your opening drive. If we punt, allow our defense to try to play defense, we get the ball back, all right? Just a little bit too much. A little bit too much right here from the Florida offense or from the Florida offensive staff, okay? Look at two. Two ain't never had no time, nothing for none of this. Ain't had no time for it. Look at him. Eyes are in the backfield the entire time. Eyes are in the backfield the entire time. Busted. Okay, we talked about it earlier. Got what looks to me, again, to be a run game stunt. You're going to see this defensive tackle fight way too hard over the top, and the defensive end doesn't jump inside. Now, this was part of the analysis last week. We said Daijun Edwards going to have a big game. This was why. We knew this was a tendency. We knew this was a tendency to misfit some run gaps. Now, granted, Georgia did it just a second ago. We showed it to you. But that's a prime example of it. Great job, 77, getting upfield and getting to that front side inside linebacker. That's what springs it. Daijun Edwards does not have ligaments in his knee. He dead legs this safety twice. This poor safety. He's probably like, what in the hell? Who are we playing today, coach? Watch this. Mans gets in open field from like 20 yards away, hits Buddy with a dead leg. Watch this. Yank, there's one, and then yank, there's two. No shot. Poor safety. Poor safety. There you can see the bust a little bit on that front side, but you get a real good look at the dead legs. That man, all over the place. Hard, slippery. All right, now, quick, class, raise your hand if you have thought that every single time your coach at a press conference said something along the lines of this about their quarterback and you thought it was coach speak. Quote, he puts us in the best chance to win, end quote. Quote, he always gets us in the right checks, end quote. Have you ever heard anything like that and be like, man, coach, quit defending the quarterback, man. You're just out here with the nonsense. You're just out here with the coach speak, man. Play the higher talented guy. No, Fugazi. This is what it looks like. Watch. This safety up here on the top of the screen is going to start to creep in. Okay, he's also noticing that they have nobody over in this bubble right of the center. Okay, now granted, this safety could be the one filling it, but he just showed you. They just showed you. They're trying to roll pressure. Okay, they're trying to roll pressure right now. So there is nobody to really fill this void. All right, so what does Carson do? Carson goes, alert, 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 Ricky, 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 or whatever, reverse, whatever their call is. Tornado, tornado, switch, switch, switch. All right, he's going to switch the flip. He's going to flip the back and run it to the right. And guess what? Boom. Now you're running the grass. And now you're going to run to 6, okay? Not just because Daijun Edwards is great, not just because 73 has a great block on this play, but also because the quarterback said, ooh, right? You know what I mean? Playing a little hot route, a little out of ball right there on the line of scrimmage. Check it out. Great job, 73. Great job, Gary. Great job, Gary. It's not guaranteed, man. It's not guaranteed these guys see the right stuff every single time, all right? He saw it right there. Great job. On to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one. This whole drive makes no sense after this play. Okay, I see a lot of stuff on Twitter about Pop, about 10, right? See a lot of stuff about, ooh, 10 slow this, 10 slow that, 10's a problem in pass protection, 10's this, 10's that. Guys, 10 is 237 pounds. 10 is the biggest dude, muscular, like in terms of thickness, that you've had play at the linebacker position since I really do not know when. I really don't know when. I don't know when was the last time you had a linebacker that was this thick and physically like daunting. And you know how I know? You know how I know he's bigger than everyone gives him credit for? A, I've walked up on him. B, watch how these NFL running backs, it's an NFL running back, guys. This guy gonna play on Sundays. Watch him. Watch his response to seeing a 235-pound linebacker run right down the stem right here and realize, oh shit, I'm in one-on-one. Watch him pick a side. Now, I'm not making fun of 7. I'm telling you the real. The real is that guy's 237 pounds. He's big. He's physical. He hurts when you hit him. All right? So it has its advantages, right? You might not be great at running down tight ends in the arrow and in the flat, right? We might not add in on the pass game. But by God, watch a running back try to block me on 3rd and 2. You know what I mean? Watch a guard try to come up and block me in the run game. And watch me stick that dude in his face. So again, I think we get lost so many times in like the one clip that you see that looks bad of one individual player. Man, make a brother happy right here, TID. Make him brother happy right here. Hey, we're going to go on, give him 3. Hey, give him 3. Well, TID, I loved the quote from Tyrion Ingram-Dawkins. Coach said, hey, TID came in my office and he said, Coach, it's either going to pop or it's not. My foot, my ligament that I'm dealing with, Coach, it's either going to pop and I'm going to have surgery or it's not. All right, I have to play. That's what he told Coach Smart this week. And guess what? Having not really practiced, having not really done anything, he comes onto the field and makes a strip sack fumble. All right? Hell yeah, TID. Makes me happy when good guys went out, man. Good guys went out. That guy stuck around. That dude got over-recruited, right? I think a lot of people forget that's a defensive end that came in the class before Mykel Williams, right? This is a dude that's waited his turn, is going to continue to wait his turn, and he apparently loves to be a Georgia Bulldog because I can't believe a school didn't get him out of the portal last year. I can't believe somebody didn't come in and say, hey, South Carolina Gaffney product. Okay, we just lost Jordan Birch up here in South Carolina. Wink, wink. I'm not saying it happened, but I'm saying it probably did. Let's be honest about the sport of college football nowadays, guys. 4 and 5 stars don't sit on the bench without getting phone calls. Y'all know this. If they stick at your program, they love your program. There is no doubts about it. All right, so that was a tremendous play. The draw play from Bobo. Come on, Carson. Come on, Carson. Get left. Get left. Be an athlete, dog. Be an athlete. Give me one of them Euros that I know you got on the basketball court. Make a play. All right, this is that truck sweep I told you about. They came back to it on the goal line the next time they had a rushing down, okay? And you can see why. If they're going to throw a bunch of run game stunts at you, they didn't that time. They actually played it true. But if they were throwing run game stunts at you, the next time, let's do something that will beat run game stunts like a truck sweep. This is the 4th and 2. Want to give a quick shout out to our guy Lawson Lucky right here, as well as Oscar Delp. This is duo. All right, we're going to take the ball on the right, and we're going to work back off this side. We don't want to deal with all this trash and garbage in here. All right, what we'd rather do is say, 73 and 4. Y'all got to take that defensive end, and y'all got to wash him down. 7, all you got to do is get on the inside shoulder of this linebacker that's ultimately going to be coming down into the hole. Make sure you get inside, and Dejan, just get right in between that combination block up to that front side inside linebacker. You get a pretty good look at it here on the replay. Watch 7. Watch 7's footwork's important here. Watch him get squared up. Screws on screws. Watch this. Boom. Screws on screws right there. Good job, 7. Kept his head inside, knew what the purpose of the play was, and his teammates get in the end zones. Great job right there from 7. Now, this is what I'm talking about. This just doesn't make any sense to me here on this drive right here. Hold on. This is not the part I'm talking about. This is elite coaching. They want to motion. I think they motion Pearsall in here and just leave this wide receiver by himself. So watch 23's response. 23's like, oh, I know what to do, coach. Don't worry about it. We're blitzing right now. Automatic run blitz. Automatic run blitz. I'm in. I'm had it in because we got plus side, right? We got somebody out here. We got +1 out here. So if you're going to run that guy with whatever, I'm coming with him. You know what I mean? This is just easy day one coaching, day one install. If we're in duos or if they're in 12 personnel, whatever it is, and we say, oh, we see orbit motion, just go ahead and add in. Add in because otherwise you're just standing out here for no reason. So go on, get in. Great job, no hesitation there from 23. Goes and makes a play. Now, this very next play, okay? Again, misdirection offenses will die against Georgia. If your passing game, if your running game is based off we gonna trick you, it ain't gonna happen. I'm just telling you. Again, these guys work way too hard to just get onto the field. And the only way to do it is to make sure you're not being the one that gets okey-doked on film. You know what I mean? You can't be the one that's not doing what Marvin Jones is doing over there on the top side, right? You can't be the one that's out here giving up your assignment, all right, because you just won't play. And that's the cold hard facts and the cold hard reality of playing at the University of Georgia. Speed rush, speed rush, speed rush. Hell yeah, Damon Wilson. Hey, only 3.5 more sacks till Brooksy is made right on our Damon Wilson prediction, okay? Said Damon Wilson going to have 4.5 sacks this year. Not quite on that trajectory yet. But, hey, we stack a couple games like this in a row, and you might get there by the SEC championship game. This is 100% a speed rush. They knew what it was. They knew the deal, okay? They knew these guys couldn't hold their water and get back on these speed rushes, man. They hunted these tackles. Too big. Not twitchy enough to get back. Now, this is what I love. This is what I love right here, okay? We can talk all week about, hey, they're great as an offense. They're efficient as an offense. Defensively, they're still the best defense in the SEC. Bro, when I turn tape on, and we don't talk a lot of special teams. We really don't. But we talk about when they change the game on special teams, and what we really don't talk about is place kickers, all right? Because they're not football players. They're not. And kickers watching this are like, oh, so offended. Okay, first of all, we can't really coach you. We don't know how to coach you. You either kick good or you don't. You either make them or you don't. Well, he made it in practice this week. Why didn't he do it? We don't know. We can't coach it. Can't be out there be like, oh, well, you took your first step wrong. No, you just make or you don't. That makes you a non-football player, all right? That makes you a kicker. That's fine. That's why we don't talk special teams. But we talk special teams when games are changed on special teams, and this is what happens right here, okay? I looked at this today, and I'm like, why in the hell is everybody pointing? Why is everybody pointing in the backfield? What's going on? Cash Jones sees something. Well, what Cash Jones sees is what they talked about probably on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday during their special teams meetings. All right, and he was paying attention to his special teams meetings. Because normally, I don't know, I haven't watched Florida, but I watched a lot of football. Normally, what do y'all see? Y'all see 3 personal protectors back here normally, right? Normally. There's only 2 here, so what do? They call an audible, all right? They call the pre-checked audible. If we see this, we're checking to this, all right, from our coaching staff. That's what they told us. All right, here we go. We get it all communicated. We're going to flip everybody over, and boom, now we're hunting. Now we're coming after this sucker because they are improperly aligned, or rather they have given us the look that we want to go after and get this punt. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the championship difference here on the Film Guy Network. Boom. Take it off his foot. Attaboy, Jonel Aguero. Hey, now you want to work. I appreciate you guys for showing up today. If you liked it at all, make sure you're subscribing, okay? We do a bunch of this great work here on this network. I appreciate you. I love you. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button on your way out. We'll see you later.